Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. We had an awesome Game 5 finals. We cashed both of our bets. They weren't best bets. One was a lean and one was a bonus bet. But you know me, when I make money, you make money. It's my money, so I can give money away whenever I want to. So we're giving some money away. Let's jump into that cash giveaway, and then we'll jump into the picks for the Friday slate in this new, the new playoff series. So let's jump in. Okay, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. And there's only a couple of you on the slate. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I posted the video late, but it looks like by just a slight margin again, that happened the other day. Nathaniel Jones, 524, he said, Game 5, let's go. And it was a great game. So yeah, reach out to me, please, Nathaniel, on either X, Instagram, or email me at elixirmixersllc@gmail.com, and I will get that to you. I'll try to comment to remind you, but yeah, I can't get that to you unless you reach out to me. All right, so jumping into the review here, I gave you A'ja Wilson under 10.5 rebounds, and she only had 8. So she got there for us once again. I think this is the third time we've cashed on her. It's the fourth time we've bet on her. That was just a lean, though, so it doesn't count towards the best bets record, which I still have not updated from 2 videos ago, so I will try to do that. Bonus bets here, I gave you Natasha Howard over 14.5 points rebounds. I told you the only hope that Fever had of winning this game was to get her going, and she did get going. She had 23, but they didn't win the game, so which is kind of what I thought would happen. But yeah, we ended up cashing both of those, so that was awesome, and that one was for plus money. Jumping into the upcoming slate on Friday, Mercury at the Aces. The Aces have won this series 3-1 straight up in the regular season so far this year. The Mercury could not get a win at home, so the Aces won both times in Phoenix. And A'ja did not play in the one game that the Mercury won. So A'ja missed 2 games, and in one of those games, the Mercury pulled off their only win against this team. However, the big 3, Kalia Copper, Alyssa Thomas, and Satu Sabli, all played in all 4 of these matchups. So they were not missing any players, and they still could not win against this Aces team. So that should tell you something right there. I'm not saying they can't win. I'm just saying they couldn't win in the regular season. So it's something to consider. So they are playing in Las Vegas here, where the totals have been very low. So 146 and 144. The spreads have been 6 and 18. So, I'm going for a low spread. So it's the first game. They're going to fill each other out. We're going to see what happens. They're going to miss a lot of shots. So I'm going to go under on the 160. I will take the Aces to win. I will take the Aces on the spread. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how these two teams are going to match up in the playoffs. But yeah, those are my early leans for this first game, and we'll see if I'm completely wrong or if that is a pretty good read. Jumping into the player props, I wanted to give you a disclaimer. Because we've taken A'ja Wilson so many times, some of you might be tempted to just take her again here under her 10.5 rebounds, and I'm not doing that. So I am not touching A'ja Wilson's rebounds at all because she has gone over this line against the Mercury 100% of the time this year. So in her head-to-head, she's had 18, 16, and 13 rebounds. She has been under like 73% of the time in the playoffs this year and the playoffs last year. So the stats are kind of competing against each other, and it's the first game of a brand new series. So I'm staying off this prop. You can do whatever you want with it. All right, the prop I am getting on, which is kind of a weird one, is Chelsea Gray over 10.5 points. She's over in 75% of head-to-head games this season with the Mercury, and in the game she missed, she had 9. So she was right there. And then she has been over in 62% of playoff games this year, including 5 of the last 6 games. Now, we usually think of Chelsea Gray as more of the facilitator on the team, and that is true. And Jackie Young has also been a pretty good facilitator on this team, basically trying to feed the ball to A'ja. And then Jackie has also gotten up quite a few shots herself. So the ball has either been in the hands of A'ja or Jackie a lot of the time during this playoff series for the Aces. I just think that they're going to have a really hard time. Like, AT is going to do her best to guard A'ja, and I'm not saying she's going to be bad at it. I don't know. We'll find out. Obviously, A'ja has a height advantage on her, but AT is scrappy, and she's the triple-double queen for a reason. I just think the ball gets forced out of Jackie's hand a little more often. So I like Chelsea Gray to take some attempts here and maybe put down some shots. It could be that we end up seeing like a big Jewel Lloyd game or something like that instead. But I just think one of these periphery players, Chelsea or Jewel, maybe even Nalissa Smith, who knows, might just have like a randomly weird game here. And so I'm going to bet on Chelsea. But you don't have to follow me on that. The lean that kind of goes with that is Jackie Young over her 4.5 assist line. She has hit this 100% of the time head to head, but she's only over 50% of the time in all of the playoff games if you take the games against the Storm and the games against the Fever. So it's not like she's doing this all the time, but she did do this a lot when playing against the Mercury. Remember that first game was without Asia. Anyway, she's over 3 of the last 4 games though with 75%. So she has the ball in her hand a lot. So she's either going to take a shot or pass the ball to someone who's going to take a shot, like Asia, maybe Chelsea. So yeah, I don't know if I'll bet on this one. I know for sure I'm betting on the Chelsea Gray one. I am probably going to wait to see if I can get a payout boost out of it though, or see if it can drop down to 9.5 points, because I really would love that 9. All right, alt line on Alyssa Thomas. This is just coming through for us, so I got to take it again. Over 11.5 points. She's over 100% of the time in head-to-head games. She's over 100% of the time in the playoffs this year. She's over 87% of the time against all teams all season long. So this is a smash goblin play for me that I will be taking. I didn't want to take her at her normal line or her PRA line because she is right there on the border in her head-to-heads with these aces. So if she has even a slightly bad game, she's going to miss that regular line. Obviously, she could have a great game and just completely crush the line. But I just feel a little bit safer here taking her on her points. I know it's a little bit chalky, altering that line down, but the hit rate is just insane. So you could kind of even just throw this in as like an extra like boost on any parlay to just bump up the payout a little bit. At least that's what I'm probably going to use it for. So here is the review of that. Chelsea Gray is our best bet over 10.5 points. Alyssa Thomas over 11.5 points. Jackie Young over 4.5 assists. And then the aces to win the game, aces -3, and the under of 160, which I'm not betting on any of those because I can't. So, well, maybe I can. I'll look at some of my apps, and I know there's prediction markets now that are available almost everywhere. So I'll take a look, see if I can bet on that. But the only thing I probably would be interested in betting on is I think they're all pretty good. I think the aces money line, the aces spread, and the under are all pretty good bets, meaning I'll probably miss all of them. So, don't listen to me. Since we don't have 2 best bets today, I'm just going to do a cash giveaway if we can hit all 3 of these. So the alt line play is obviously much easier to hit. The lean may or may not hit. So if we can hit all 3 of these, I will do a cash giveaway for any random commenter that comments down below. I would love to hear some of your looks for this game that I may have just missed. I was looking at Satu. I was looking at Kalia Copper. I just feel like they might shoot a bunch of threes and miss a lot of them. Could mean a lot of rebounds in this game for anybody, both teams really. I don't know. Maybe they sink the shots and the Mercury win the game. Anything could happen, of course, but that's just not how I'm seeing this game play out. So for now, this is what I have. Let me know if you guys have something good that I'm completely missing, and I will for sure take a look at it. All right, thanks, guys.